So thank you so much, Omar. Please remain on the stage. If I request His Excellency to come on the stage, and His Excellency Dr. Maki, if you can join us on the stage. We will set up 3 chairs. Now, His Excellency Arab did say that we should ask him easy questions, but I assure you, sir, we are a group of intellectuals and we only ask tough questions. So,
no, this is what we learn in the business environment. Usually the boss do the big talk and the staff take the hard questions. Amar.
So we have good time on hand. May I request the audience, whoever wants to ask questions, kindly raise your hands and we'll have someone taking the mics around.
So first of all, on behalf of both organizations, let me thank you for wonderful presentations. I have 2 questions. One on behalf of all of our CA colleagues. I want to preempt that question, so I want to ask that. Similar to doctors, we have financial doctors who are Indian Chartered Accountants in this forum. And the burning question here is that could we have something specific to members of ICAI Abu Dhabi chapter? And we have 3,000 colleagues in Dubai and 1,000 here. Can we have a program aimed at both organizations? That's my first question. And the second question is probably something which is announced, but we haven't seen this actually implemented, or maybe it's in the process of implementation. So you can give us a little bit of insight in terms of male dependents who are 18 years old. What is going to happen to them? Because currently, when I ask my PRO to go to the typing center, he's unable to process them. So when can we see that happening? So those are my 2 questions. Thank you.
Okay, I thought the same. I thought golden visa will be the first questions. So what I want to say related to visas, not only golden visa. As I mentioned in my presentation, we've been, the Abu Dhabi Residence Office been established almost 1 year now. And I have to say, we have the government trust, not talking about the local government, but also the federal government. And we could manage during the last 12 months to collect all the residents' feedback when it comes to visas, such as kids above 18 or below 18, special needs, and other questions. And I have to say it with full confidence that we passed all these questions to the federal government, the Prime Minister Office, and they took our recommendation, and you will see all the recommendation being implemented in the new resolution of golden visa and the normal visas as well. I give you another examples. We faced many questions related to real estate investors, where the owner of the off-plan real estate, can he or she get a golden visa or not? With the new resolution, yes, they can get a golden visa. To answer your question about the age above 18, with the new resolution, yes, they can get the golden visa. Not only above 18, even the father and the mother can get the golden visa as well. So that's, I believe, I answered your first question. The second question regarding the other categories, you know, the new resolution covered a lot of categories. I would say, and even there are new categories which was not exist in the previous resolution. So I believe many of applicants today, if they apply for golden visa under the new category, yes, they can get a golden visa. So I hope I answered your both questions.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. My name is Tushar Patni. We've been living in this beautiful country for more than 50 years now. thanks to the new system, I and my family, my children, my wife, my son's wife also, everybody got golden visas last year, early last year. The only difficulty we are facing, I'm sorry.
Thrive Club.
I'm sorry?
Thrive Club. Don't
Yes,
miss Thrive
yes.
Club, yes.
The only difficulty we were facing is for the last 12 years, my mother is getting only 1-year visas. And even up till last year, when I got my golden visa, they did not approve her for the golden visa. So my father passed away 3 years back. But they are saying only for the parents it's not allowed. So she's been here much before me also, She's been here 54 years, even before the UAE was born. So I just wanted to find out if there's any possibility of her getting a golden visa like the rest of the family. That saves us a lot of trouble to renew the visa every year, because every year to renew the visa, it's a long process. So I would request if you have some kind of a system where even she can apply and she can get it. From the system, from the typing centers, they are saying it's not allowed.
See,
Thank you.
I wanted to say also, I wanted to say now Abu Dhabi Residence Office, it's not Abu Dhabi Immigration. So we are facilitating the service.
Cannot hear you, sir.
So what I wanted to say here now, Abu Dhabi Residence Office is not Abu Dhabi Immigration. So we are facilitating, and also we are not typing center. So our role here now to promote, facilitate, and take residents' feedback to improve the policies or even to change it. Now, your case, I believe with the new resolution, since Golden Visa holder can sponsor his father and mother as a family, I think you will be able to get her a Golden Visa. But the question here now, which and we're still waiting an answer from Immigration Office, that the one who got Golden Visa already, the new resolution, I'm not sure if the new resolution will apply on the people who already got a Golden Visa. So this is the question which we're still waiting an answer from Immigration Office. But if you don't mind, if you email us your case, and we will take it with the authority to answer your question.
Hello. Yeah, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Iqbal. My son is going to apply Golden Visa on talent basis. So through him, my wife will also be eligible for Golden Visa. Now my daughter, who is more than 18 years of age, she is dependent on me. Will she be eligible for the same? It says for brother and sisters will also be eligible.
See, if we are talking about the age, if they are above 18, based on the new resolution, yes, they will be eligible. But again, we need to see the document, we need to see which category she will apply for. But if you are talking about the age here, it's not a matter anymore, across all the 7 Emirates. So I know some of you, maybe they had experience in Dubai, different than Abu Dhabi. I will be open here. But this will not be the case anymore. Starting from 3rd of October, all the Emirates will be treated exactly the same.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
My question is to His Excellency Maki. Under the CEPA agreement, do you think that pharmaceutical industry of India or Indian brands that will be coming here in the pharmacy? We are very familiar to few particular medicines which is available in India, but we don't see it in the pharmacy here. Is it covered under CEPA somehow?
I couldn't hear you. Can you
My question is, under CEPA, do we see Indian brands of pharmacy medicines in store in UAE? So like there are a lot of medicines which is available in India and is not available in UAE pharmacy.
Okay. Well, we need to differentiate between the CEPA and the investment side or the FDI side. CEPA does not concentrate or does not look at the investment. So your question probably goes to the investment side. From the export strategy or the export roadmap that we are working on, we will be definitely looking at the pharmaceutical in terms of attraction and bringing things that is not being manufactured here or it's been established here, because we see there is a big potential in the region. And then once we attract or once we start establishing this relationship, SEPA comes in to facilitate. So yes, answering your question, we are looking at it. That will be part of our attraction clusters that we trying so hard now within this year and next year to attract the pharmaceutical across Abu Dhabi cluster.
Okay. I have another question to His Excellency, Haram. The question is that what is the role of TAM, T-A-M-M, in all this process? Because recently, I think yesterday when our PRO went to ADRO office for some inquiry, they said that go to TAM office and they will respond, not us.
See, TAM is the service provider for the entire government, Abu Dhabi government services. We moved all ADRO offices services to TAM just like 1 week ago, or a couple of days ago. As applicant, I don't think you should face any different treatment than before. But as TAM, they are the service provider for all Abu Dhabi government services.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, sir. First of all, happy to see you. Very talented team. I'm also like Tushar Patni here for the last 43 years and enjoying my life with my family. My kids are born and brought up here and they are doctors now, engineers and lawyers. So I'm also holding a golden visa. Initially, the criteria to have a golden visa was little tough, like a 10 million dirham you need to be deposit for 3 years. So now I think you have reduced the amount. So can we withdraw that money or we have to keep that money in the bank? And the second question, sir, that we have properties also that we start buying villas and all. So what is the minimum property we need to have a visa? Like, my people are asking, my relatives are asking from India, so how much property they need to buy and to get a 2 year or 5 years, whatever residence visa. Thank you.
See, correct me if I understand your question. Regarding the 10 million, is it in a government-owned bank or private bank? So it's a private bank. Then you can take it.
So before, when that was only 0.3% they were giving. So now interest rate is very high. Some money out of that.
So,
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Since the mic is close to me, I'll take a question for Omar. This is regarding 100% foreign ownership. Let's take a situation where an entity was previously not 100% owned, was owned between an expatriate and a national. Would the change in terms of ownership have any impact commercially when an entity is bidding for contracts? So is there any change? Is there any preference for an entity which is owned by a UAE national and expatriate when it comes to tenders, or this wouldn't make any difference?
Well, yeah, this is a very good question. So it can have some effect. Once you are applying for a big job with the government or any governmental companies, they have to assess your ICV. So it can affect. So if you have no partners or if you have no manpower, local manpower, it can affect your ICV. It can take it down a little bit. So it depends. But other than that, we have solved all the problem related to the oil and field services. Now you can exercise the oil and gas field services. You can exercise all the healthcare industry services being 100% owned by expat. There is no restriction anymore. It's the only restrictions are within the hand of the central bank. It comes to the insurance activities, banking sector, financial sector, and other restricted activities. It shall not affect your position commercially wise.
Okay. To the extent of ICV, our understanding it's based on amortization and not necessarily ownership. So back to you, ICV is probably from a local spend perspective and amortization. But the question is, at the ownership level, if there is a change, does it have a commercial impact?
In some partnership, you can say that my local partner, he's the owner of the real estate, so it can affect in this way.
Yes.
This is how it affects. Yes.
Understood. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah. Sir, I have one question. With this foreign ownership where we can own 100% shares in a local company, what is the difference between a free zone and an onshore ownership? It's because we have set up companies in DIFC, ADGM, but is there any difference between those mechanisms and the onshore companies?
Well, yeah, of course. Usually it's not allowed to practice onshore if your entity is in the free zone. But we allow, you can practice through the branch of a free zone company, or you can opt for the dual license. So there's more than one way to overpass this obstacle. So we have solution for this. It's easy.
Sir, but what is the difference? Is it the same mechanism which we can operate in?
It's supposed to be another jurisdiction. Not just that. Well, basically, if you have an Abu Dhabi entity, you cannot practice in Dubai and vice versa, unless you open a branch. Yeah. But if it's a small economic activity like a delivery, you can opt for a permit. But usually, you need to have an entity in every and each emirate, and you have to make a real distinguishing between onshore and offshore. You cannot mix, you cannot mingle between this and that. Different.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, good evening. Sir, earlier I found, I was able to identify difference between a free zone company and mainland companies. Now even the DED of Abu Dhabi is very active. The fees has been reduced. You're allowed to own 100% companies. So how do you see the uniqueness of incorporating in free zone and also mainland? What is your strategic thought behind this whole process? Yeah, so the benefits of having a mainland company has increased. The fees has been reduced. Even 100% can be owned.
I see.
So
Well,
how do you differentiate on a strategic level?
This is a clever question because, let's take the other example, Kizad.
Yeah.
You have the infrastructure.
Right.
Because it might be a big industrial company, okay? So you need the infrastructure, you need the gas, you need the electricity, you need the port, you need the access to the port. So it's not just about, plus, let's take the example of ADGM.
Right.
Perhaps you need to open in ADGM because you want the applicable law, okay? So there are a different set of laws applicable there. So it's not just about the ownership or the fees. There are other needs for them.
Okay, thank you. And regarding the 100% ownership, how long is the process? Is it similar to the usual DED license you issue to own the 100% license from the...
You can have it in the same day.
Oh, great, thank you.
Do we have any other questions? Okay. I think we had a wonderful evening with 3 amazing speakers, a great audience, and thank you so much for being here. You have a question for whom? Not for me.
I have a question.
He has a question why there are so less questions.
So Mike, they switched it off now. They don't want me to ask a question. So So honestly, we've been looking, to meet, more people from different communities. As I said, we want to understand more the residents' needs, and we want to serve Abu Dhabi residents even more and more. It's not an easy task. It's really difficult. And I don't think there is an organization locally or even internationally doing what we've been doing in Abu Dhabi. So that's for the local market. Now, talking about the international market, yani mashallah, all of you investors here owning business in different sectors. If you allow me, I want to introduce my team. So I have Yasser, head of outreach. I have Joe and Ahmed, also from outreach team. I have Mark, who usually answer all the tough questions for Golden Visa. He's head of operation. Now, I wanted to introduce my team, not to invite them for coffee or dinner. So I want my team to meet each one of you. We want to understand your concern. How to do business in Abu Dhabi, we have the right people here. I'm not the right person. But it's my responsibility to retain you in Abu Dhabi, to support you. So to support you to get the best service in Abu Dhabi. I'm not competing with anyone. Again, brothers can compete. I'm not competing with Dubai. I'm not competing with Doha. I'm trying to have the best service in Abu Dhabi, regardless. So local market, with your support, it can be managed. It's not tomorrow, next week. But my concern, where I need additional help, we will get you the 10 million. So we need your support to be our ambassadors when you back to India. So we want to use your strength in India. It's easy to hire a marketing agency, to put a couple of videos, to talk about Abu Dhabi success, but still, when people hear it from you directly, that's the right invest. So if you don't mind, we want your support. We want to meet with the team just introduced. Again, not for a cup of coffee, but give them the real feedback, how they can help you locally to grow your business, to serve you and your family members, and also how you can serve us to promote whatever we've been doing here back in India. And thank you so much.
Hello. I think that's an excellent suggestion, Your Excellency. What we'll do is, both these organizations are very strong. We will do an internal survey. We will ask our members the questions, because you have a select group of members here, but there's a much larger population outside. We'll do an internal survey, and on all the topics that we discussed today, probably we'll come out with a joint white paper on what we expect improvements that can take place. We've done that exercise earlier with DED, Paddy would remember. We've done that exercise a few years back with DED. And even with our earlier ambassador, we had presented a white paper on various improvements. We'll do that exercise again. And probably in a month's time, we can come back to you with our suggestions, which will be, plus we'll have coffee together. So, so I'd like to thank all of you for being here. As a token of our appreciation towards our own Indian ambassador, His Excellency Sanjay Sudhir, my request Vinay Verma and Mr. Mohan Jashanmal to present a small bouquet, a small token of appreciation to His Excellency Sanjay Sudhir. Thank you, Ambassador, for your support always to us. And we look forward to... You want to do it on the stage? Okay. We have a big round of applause for our ambassador. May I request Sharad Bhandari and Paddy to come on the stage, please, to honor His Excellency Harib Al-Mehri. Thank you. May I now request IBPG board members Sridhar Iyengar and ICAI Abu Dhabi chapter chairman John George to please come on stage to honor His Excellency Dr. Ali Makki. Thank you so much. And last but not the least, may I request Rohit Daima and Shaheen, Vice President of IBPG, to please come on stage to honor Omar. Omar, today questions were less, but trust me, we are going to come back to you with a long list, and this man will ask the maximum questions. He is an established lawyer. And Hani has helped us a lot today in organizing the entire show. So my request, Shafiq and Uma, to please give a small memento to Hani on our behalf. Thank you, Hani, for all your support. Thank you so much, everyone, for turning up in big numbers. We look forward to your attendance in future events as well. Now, food is served. We can have dinner, and I hope you all are staying for dinner, so we'll have greater opportunity to talk to all of you. Thank you so much, everyone.